Good morning, guys. So today I'm here to do a new video. It's actually going to be a recreation of a video I did a couple years ago. I think it was called my 100% no makeup routine, something like that. But basically it's just my skin regimen. It's been updated, of course. So today I'm going to recreate that video, but I'm using like totally different products, so I don't know if it's technically considered a recreation. We have my face. I am straight out of the bed, so this is legit my skin routine. Typically I don't get breakouts a lot, only around my cycle time, so I'm just going to show y'all what I do for my face to get the skin. Here's a close-up. It's not the worst, it's not the best, but it's mine, so I can't really do anything about that. Well, we're just gonna go ahead and get into the video. So the first step of my regimen, I typically go for Urban Skin RX. I love this stuff. I can always see a difference in my skin when I am not using this. Like if I run out, my skin changes. And I mean, it's not terrible, but I can just tell that Urban Skin RX does well with my skin. So this is the Urban Skin RX Melanin Experts Clear Skin Cleansing Bar 3-in-1 treatment. It says that it controls oil and blemishes. I technically do have oily skin. It says that it controls oil and blemishes and it deep cleanses the pores. So that's what this does. It always comes with these two little sponges. So when you don't use them, they dry out, of course. They don't want you to keep it in the package. They want you to set it outside of the package after you use it every single day. So that's why they sound all like that. It just sounds like a dried out sponge, which is what it is. So every day, typically I do this in the shower, but for the sake of this video, I'm gonna do it right here. I would wet the sponge and it would typically be warm water. Okay, there we go. So it would be warm water because of course I'm in the shower. You wet the sponge and then you come out with, of course, a damp sponge. You go ahead and rub it around in there and it'll become a lather. So you can't really tell it's a lather on here, but you would just go ahead and rub it on your skin. And once again, like I said, this usually happens in the shower, so if it gets a little messy, then you know why. And they also say that it could be a mask, so that's why they want you to let it sit for a minute, I guess, so it can do its work. So we're going to let it sit for like a few seconds. I would say on average, I only let it sit about 45 seconds. And once you do that, you would go ahead and wipe it off. It doesn't have like a tingling sensation or anything, so I guess that's why they want you to let it sit. Maybe it has like a little cooling. Right now it feels cooling, but it doesn't tingle. So then you would just go ahead and wipe it off. So I don't use a face cloth or anything else to cleanse my face. I always use this or my hands or a cotton pad, which you'll see in the video. So yeah, that is step one. Urban Skin RX. So when you're done with that, this is how you look. So my next step is going to be my St. Ives Fresh Skin Apricot Scrub. I've been using this for years on top of years. Sometimes I go against using it, but like I said, once my skin notices it's not being used, my skin starts to act up a little bit. And I won't say that I get bumps or blemishes or anything, but I can just tell the difference in my skin. So I try to keep this in the shower as well. I don't use it every single day. Some days when I see my skin isn't doing well, I'll use it day after day, but most times I go every 2 or 3 days. So after I do the Urban Skin RX, this is my next step. You want to have a pretty damp face for this, unless you Unless you just have some kind of other skin, I wouldn't just go ahead and throw that apricot scrub on it. So this is, I guess it's a little damp enough. And I just go with a little dab. That's that. I also put that under the water because to me this apricot scrub is a little treacherous, honey. So this is what I do with that. Let me cut this off. In the shower. So you can hear when you're doing this on your face, you can hear the little beads rubbing on your face. So this is step number 2. I take it all the way up, and this is pretty much what we do. So I typically, when I didn't have a skin regimen, I would get a lot of blackheads right here and on my nose area. So that's where I focus a lot of my attention. My forehead, it doesn't really have any problems. I don't get like scars. I don't have any hyperpigmentation up there. Only thing I see up there is some wrinkles. So this is step number 2. The St. Ives Fresh Skin Apricot Scrub, and it just says the directions are to dispense the scrub onto fingertips like I did and massage onto damp skin, which is what I did. You spread in small circular motions to wake your skin's natural circulation. When you're done, rinse and glow. For best results, use 3 to 4 times a week. So like I said, I use this every 2 to 3 days. The exfoliation factor, it says that this is a deep exfoliation. It's paraben-free, dermatologist tested, oil-free, non-comedogenic, so it won't clog your pores. So that's what I've done here. The next step is to go ahead and rinse it off. I'm going to go off camera to rinse it off because like I said, this gets a little messy, and yeah. So as you can see, I have damp skin. I've gotten rid of the apricot scrub from my face. So that's that. The next step on my regimen would typically be to do a little warm rinse with water, which is what I did. I splashed it on my face a little bit after I cleaned off the apricot scrub. So I just like pressed the water in my face. My skin feels very nice and refreshed right now. So we're going to move along to step number 3, which is going to be the Thayers Facial Toner with Hazel in the rose petal flavor. I love this. So once again, like I said, if I go days without this, my skin is like, ma'am, you need to go to Target and get us some of that Witz Hazel, or Witz Hazel, however you say that stuff. But it says the directions are to apply with a cotton ball or a soft pad. This is what I use to cleanse, soften, refresh, and moisturize the skin. Use anytime throughout the day as a softening refresher. And what I do is I go ahead and wet my little cotton pad and go over my face. So for some reason, I always rub over my eyebrows. I just do. I don't know why. I don't think it does anything. And I have been told that you're supposed to move in an upward motion. You don't want to go down when you're doing anything on your face. So I try to remember that, keep it stamped in my memory. Never go down, always up. Once again, there's no tingling sensation or anything. I usually do this as well. That's step number 3. So the final step when I am doing like no makeup, because that's what this is my 100% no makeup look, I go ahead and put on a moisturizer. Like I said earlier, I typically have oily skin, but as I've been getting older, I don't know if the oils have stopped or if my regimen combats the oil. I don't know. So, and it's not snot, it's the stuff I didn't. Yeah, okay, so that's not snot. I use the different moisturizer, and as you can see, it says oil control. So this is what I use when I use moisturizer. This is something that I don't use every single day, not even every single week. I don't necessarily see a difference yet. I've been using it a couple months now, but like I said, it's not something I use every day. I'm gonna wipe this off because it's distracting me, so I know it would be distracting for you guys. But everyone always said that if you have oily skin, it's good because it prevents wrinkles. So I never used to use a moisturizer at first, but then they say you need to have a moisturizer if you have oily skin. So as I've been getting older, or my regimen has been combating my oil, I don't know. I don't want to have wrinkles, but I've been starting to see that when I frown up my face a certain way, there's like this thing up here that it's not, look right there, I can sometimes see it. So I don't like that. I'm like, child, you need to stop combating the oil. But yeah, I said all that to say that I use this moisturizer. It says oil control moisturizer with sunscreen for acne prone skin. It absorbs your excess oil, it won't clog your pores, and it has UVA UVB protection. So this is what I use as moisturizer every now and again, and I literally don't use a lot. I go ahead and do something to this effect. I go up in this area just like that. So my forehead is now moisturized. And then I do it again like this, and I'll go in this little area right here. And that's literally how I do it. I do not do it around here or anything like that. I just don't. So that's that. That is definitely all the steps that I take to get my face cleansed and moisturized in the morning times when I take my shower. So you see my skin. I don't know how the before, the after looked. I probably should have did a before and after to see if there was any difference in my skin from the time that I started to the end of the video, but oops. For all the overachievers, they might say, well, what do you do for your lips? Honey, trusted Vaseline, lip therapy, rosy lips. For some reason, I really do think that rose, it does well with me and my body. So I really reach for rose flavored things. And if it says rose petal, something like that, rose water, I go for that because I definitely can see a difference in my body parts, or I can see a difference when I use rose stuff. Yeah, I'm not telling you to use it because I haven't researched or studied or anything that has to do with rose, but this rosy lip therapy, for some reason to me, it seems different from when I use a different Vaseline. So it could be all in my head. I don't know. But yeah, that is what I use for my lips. I try to stick with this only. I don't try to switch it up a lot. And for the extra overachievers, every now and again, I will throw in one of these. Like on a Saturday or Sunday when I don't have anything planned, or after a long week of work, I'll just go in, reach for one of these facial masks, and I will, yeah, I got these on sale. I will lay out for about 20 minutes with one of these on my face. When I say lay out, I just mean laying on my bed, always under the ceiling fan because I love a breeze. I love cool. So I'm laying out with one of these on my face, and I usually let it sit for 20 to 30 minutes, and I can always see a tremendous difference in my face after I use one of these. Last week I did the Glam Glow. It wasn't exactly a face mask. It was actually the one that you place on your face. So a lot of these are the sheet mask. So that's usually what I do. Every now and again, I'll do like a rubber mask, or like I said, the Glam Glow mask where it isn't a sheet mask. But that's something that I see that helps my skin out as well. So take care of your skin. Take care of your skin. I'm not a dermatologist or anything like that. I probably need a dermatologist, but I think I'm getting by for the low with all of these products, which I will have tagged below. So I'm hoping that you guys took something from this video. If you didn't, I'm sorry. If you did, great. So just go ahead to my description box below, look at some of the products that I use. You can see where to get them. I may have put the price, I don't know, because I wrote the description before I filmed. So go ahead, take a look at that, and give me some suggestions of any videos that you would want to see in the future.